everybody good? It's 4:20, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What do you say we take advantage of this time to get high? Today we're going to listen to the one and only Khruangbin and Vieux Farka Toure. We're going to listen to the entire damn record. Looking super forward to it. It's an old man that I don't think is going to attract a ton of people because, I mean, Khruangbin, you know? Vieux Farka Toure, honestly, I did not know about Vieux Farka Toure before I bought the record last week. So, that'll be new to me too. It will be a first-time listen. Vieux Farka Toure, for those of you who are interested, is Ali Farka Toure's son. So, should be interesting. Is he a guitar player? Guys, why don't you tell me? Any of you hear this record before, or is it going to be completely new to all of us? I mean, either way, I think it's going to be amazing. I mean, you know, the show, what do? We listen to everything, man. Metal, world music, jazz, reggae, classical music, country, we do it all. And I don't think that any of that will ever change. Hey, have you noticed the little thing at the top? That's how close we are to 10,000 subscribers on Twitch. You digging it? Thank you to my man Polam for setting that up, because he's fucking awesome. Scurviest Pirate just added. So you see what happens? Look, all I gotta do is refresh, and we're at 0 now. 9149, baby. Followers, not subscribers. Thank you, Polam. Well, I mean, if it's at all possible, I aspire to having 9,149 followers. Subscribers. Maybe one day. It's not like I plan to change doing this. This is what I do, man. I'm absolutely loving Twitch broadcasts. I'm loving YouTube broadcasts as well, and I'm convinced that these platforms are the new radio. So, rather than hear from DJs on FM or hear from DJs on, you know, the various satellite channels, here, you got people who actually buy the records, the fans. And to me, you want to know what the real deal is? You talk to the fan who bought the music. If he or she bought the music, you already know that they're invested. So, I saw this record in my new releases last week as I shopped for my weekly records. Immediately knew that I wanted it. It's available on Dead Oceans Records. It's one of those things, you know, that when I started the Old Man Listens shows, I would have never done something like this because, quote unquote, not enough people would watch it. You know, it's not going to help grow the channel. And I actually don't give a fuck about any of that anymore, man. I want to play the records that I like. And I buy a lot of music. I buy a lot of vinyl. And the records that I buy are not necessarily records that are going to be huge. So what do? I mean, I'm listening to those records at one time for the first time, right? So the way it is that I thought it, especially as we do this marathon to get to 10,000 subscribers, I started the show at 4:20 today. I plan to go past midnight. So we're going to be here for 8 hours, like we've been. Okay? What perfect opportunity? How can an opportunity be more perfect than this? During the grind to 10,000 subs, to listen to records that you would have normally not listened to. It's like, who gives a shit if it's not Beyonce? Who cares if it's not Kendrick? Now, of course, with respect to Kendrick and Beyonce, because you know I'm a fan. But the original premise to a show like mine, right from the beginning, was not to blow up my channel. The original premise was to play music that I love and to share music with other people. I've always been 100% real about that. I've always said I don't look for fame. I don't look for any of that. What it is that I want to do is good radio. What it is that I'd like to do, what I aspire to do is be a musical guide to everybody that listens. So that, of course, I'll play stuff that you know, but I'll play stuff that you don't know also. I'll play genres you love, but I might play genres that you don't love or genres that you don't know as well. And we got 8 hours to do it, so why the fuck not? Burkazoid wants to know if the show schedule has changed. Yes, I have to change the schedule in Twitch also, but yes. I've begun my broadcasts at 4:20. Because I'm a stoner, and rather than split the morning and afternoon shows, you know, I used to start from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and then I used to go from 8 p.m. to whenever, with a break in the middle, and I wasn't liking it. So what it is that I do now is I start at 4:20, I smoke a joint with you, we go for 8 hours straight, if not longer, and that's it. What do you think? Does that work? I've started a few theme nights, so you all know about Jazz Sunday. That's going to keep going. But more than Jazz Sunday, we also have Metal Monday. I do realize, by the way, that the light here is not open up front, so give me a second. Is that better? Oh, with the big old glare, sure, it's a ton better, Sam. Look at you. Yeah, it's because the lights weren't on, Cat Crasher, but I fixed it. So yeah, will this interfere with Old Man? No. If I got Old Man shows to do, I'll keep doing them. But the shows start at 4:20 from now on, 4:20 my time. And when we have Old Man, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the first part of the show always Old Man. So if you see a thumbnail for Old Man, it's because I have an Old Man to do. So today we got a thumbnail for Vieux Farka Toure. Okay? This is your thumbnail. I'm going to go off for a second, but check. Whenever you see that thumbnail, you know that it's time for an Old Man. And then after that, we'll just do the regular show. I'll cut YouTube off and wind up playing stuff that it reminds me of. So don't be surprised if we wind up hearing other records from Dead Oceans. That's a great record label. Really enjoy them quite a bit. They actually, was it that label that put out Eddie Chacon? Eddie Chacon of Charles and Eddie. So damn good. And a whole lot of other things. The Old Man shows are always going to be the same thing. Okay, this is a radio show. So those of you who, with respect to those of you who are watching this on YouTube and expect, oh, when's he going to start the music? It's not what I do. I do a radio show. The radio show is split up in different parts, okay? So the first part is the preamble. Me talking to you guys, people coming in, saying hi to each other, hanging out. You know? It's like before you're invited for a meal, you don't just eat right away, right? You hang out, you have a drink. So that's the preamble right here. If you guys can maybe put chapters, timestamps, that would be good. Second part is a new part of the show that I've done only this year with the new Old Mans that you guys are really liking. But before it is that I actually get to starting the music, I do a full physical product review. Not reviewing the music. I don't review art. I'm not a music critic. I don't want to be a music critic. The reason I do this is so that you can listen to the music, we can have a discussion, and you can decide with your own ears if you like it or not. I'm not here to tell you whether something's good or not. I'm here to enjoy my own record collection with a bunch of people that want to enjoy my record collection with me. So, music critics, it's not me. I'm not going to give it a score. I'll try to start a conversation about the art that we're listening to. That's my goal. Very much, let's say, like John Peel, who's my hero. Once I do the physical review I can give scores for, because that's different. It's a physical product. I can definitely review that. And I will, every time you see me do an old man. And after that, once we do that, then we play the record through. We listen to the record, we see what we think, we have a drink, we have a smoke. All right, I think I killed this. I got a nice fresh cup of coffee going, so I'd definitely say that I'm ready. And those of you who have caught the Old Man Listens shows, especially the early ones, you'll notice that the Old Man Listens shows are very different now than they were before. Simply put, I started this in 2020 during the COVID period of the virus broadcasts, and have practiced for thousands of hours to finally boil it down to the format that it's at right now for Old Man, and the format may change again. To me, it's a matter of just always working it so that I can provide the most entertaining and immersive show. My goal is to try to speak to you. My goal is to try to engage you in conversation about art. Okay? We can listen together, but to me, the conversations that you have the first time when you're listening to a record, those are everything. That's what I remember from my youth. That's what I miss with Spotify. I miss the fact that I don't listen with others, and this is my attempt to make sure that these live streams connect with you guys. Cat Crasher understands 1,000%. Keep it enjoyable for me. Yes, I've always maintained during this entire time, and as the channel has grown a lot, many of you subscribing on YouTube, many of you following on Twitch, were 851 away from hitting 10,000 fucking subscribers. It's crazy to me. My goal has always been, and you guys who have heard these shows over and over again, has always been, I can't lose the reason I do this. I always have to love music. I always have to connect to it. I can't do it because it's a show. I can't do it because it's going to blow up the channel. It's not what I want. The most important thing about this show is to make my personal enjoyment of music as pure as possible and as authentic as possible, and hope that if it meets those criteria for me personally, anyone that watches or listens will feel the same way. I love this. I can't ever stop loving this. I love broadcasting to you. I love playing music with you for the first time. I mean, you realize what a privilege it is for me to be able to hang out with you guys and listen to a record for the first time. I paid for it, so I've already invested in it. But instead of listening to it by myself, I get to listen to it with a bunch of other people. Whether it's 2 people, 20 people, or 2,000 people, doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. There's something to me almost sacred about this ritual that I've created, that we've created together with the Old Man Listens live streams. They all kind of are beginning to take the format that I love. Here we are talking. We know this is the preamble. You guys know. All right. This is where Sam talks to us directly. This is the tailgate. This is where it is that he gets people excited, says hello to everybody. You guys get to have a drink. You get to get comfortable. You don't have to rush. You can lay it on your radio, listen to the radio, and still move around the house. Make yourself a drink. Do whatever. Get comfortable. As we all gather. And as we all say hello to each other. Then, once it is that we've done all of that, what it is that we're going to do is, we're going to do a physical review. Yeah, the camera might have more noise. Give me a sec. Maybe it's that. I'm not sure. Look, when it comes to technical difficulties, Mr. Luck, I work the best I can. I'm not a technical guy. I'm a radio guy. I know music. I don't know the technical parts of it, and I know that shit can be improved, but eventually it will be. I'll get someone in here who actually knows what they're talking about, and they'll fix up some things. Until then, look, man, please realize that I'm a professional because I do this full time. This is what I do. But I don't have a sound engineer. Does that make sense? So Cat Crasher asks, after this album we'll go to the standard concept of requesting songs. Yes, sir. That's exactly right. Actually, what generally happens after we listen to the side is I will turn off the YouTube stream. Any YouTubers can follow me on Twitch and we'll listen to the regular radio program. Okay, why do I do that? Because, first of all, I would never do that if YouTube didn't cut us off. But secondly, it's because I want to keep the old man listens to Vieux Farka Toure as one piece. So that if anybody wants to watch other videos in the Old Man series, a lot of you have seen the Radiohead one, a lot of you have seen the Run the Jewels one, you've seen, maybe the Idols that I did with Joe Talbot, the singer. But those of you who are curious about the rest, just look for Old Man Listens to Vinyl, or Old Man Vinyl Junkies. And you're going to see an entire list of everything that we've done over the last nearly 3 years. And you're probably going to notice that the show's changed a lot during that time. And it's not done yet. I have to keep making it better. I have to put in my 10,000 hours in order to become a master at what I do. How does that sound? There are also those tiny dots that weren't there before. Indicates some failure in the sensor. I don't see any tiny dots, dude. I mean, it should be said that we just updated the software, so maybe that has something to do with it, but it could be looked at. It's just a grain. What fucking grain are you talking about? I mean, I'm looking at the same screen like you. I don't see any grains. You guys. But yeah, I'd like to know. All right. Don't get to tune in often due to time zone, but love the show and vibe when you do. Berkazoid, what's your time zone? Actually, all of you, tell me. What's your time zone? This, to me, seems like the normal starting time from now on. 4:20 works for me. It really does. Because I go to bed late. Okay? I mean, the shows that we do generally finish after midnight. Okay? And what happens is that, I mean, obviously I'm not ready to go to bed. So I eat at that time. I hang out. I fucking wind down at that time. Do some work to prepare for the next day. I don't get to bed before like 6 a.m. I don't get to bed before 7 a.m. And I'm generally okay with that because I'm a night owl. I like it. So to me, waking up, let's say at fucking 2 p.m. or something like that, and then prepping the show, it's amazing. So U.S. Eastern Standard Time would be 4:20. Central Time would be 5:20. Pacific Time, PST, would be 3 hours ahead. So you guys would 3 hours behind. So it would start at 1:20. Okay, and actually I think Central is 2:20 or 3:20. 3:20 for Central. Thank you. Yeah. If you're looking at Europe, for example, UK is 5 hours ahead, so 4:20 would be 9:20 UK time. If it's in the typical European zones or some of the European zones, like let's say Italy, Germany, it's 6 hours ahead, so 4:20 amounts to 10:20 p.m. Does that work for everybody? And I mean, it's possible the times will change, but right now they're not changing. Right now I fucking love this. I'm having a coffee. What are you guys drinking on? What time is it where you are? Just so that I get an idea. We ready to look at the product yet? Usually the only time I get to tune in fully is when I'm drinking with my music buddies at 2 a.m. So that's to say you're probably in Europe, right, Berkazoid? So I guess the 4:20 start works perfectly for you. Mardito! UK, okay, so you're 5 hours ahead, so then it's perfect. If anything, music people understand late night radio. Some of the best radio I've ever listened to in my life is the late night radio. When you feel like the radio host, you know he's alone in the studio. It's not a full studio, everyone's gone home. He's just doing the late shift. But it also means that there's less listeners and everything, so people play music that they wouldn't necessarily play. They don't feel like they have to play the hits. All the good shit came on late at night, especially when you talked about college radio stations. College radio stations, man. I absolutely used to listen to college radio stations, and I am extremely influenced by that. I did a college radio show myself, for that matter. So please understand that I am absolutely trying to develop. Thank you for following. Hippie J, look at you. Look at how it is that it's just... That's really cool. I just noticed that our new follower count updates immediately. I wonder what'll happen when we get rated, whether it'll go fucking crazy. So yeah, man, this is all new. Thanks for joining me on the format. I would encourage our YouTube listeners, at least for now, to start a Twitch account, because when we get off YouTube, we go to Twitch. My understanding is that it sounds better there. But YouTube listeners, take heed. It's really cool. But YouTube is currently, supposedly, I don't know much about it, but YouTube is working with all of the major music publishers at some kind of licensing deal that would allow content creators like our channel to broadcast without any copyright warnings, without any being blocks, none of this stuff. And as far as I know, again, this is very preliminary. I don't have any access to, inside information, but they're also looking at a publishing license, which would allow content creators like me, like Vinyl Junkies, to pay for a license so that we can use the music. I am so down with that. I am so fucking down with that, because that is instant extra income for the artists. I want that. I don't want to steal your music. I liken Twitch streaming and YouTube live streams like this, okay, where we play copyrighted music, to Napster. This is the new Napster in terms of the legal fight. It didn't exist. You're not going to be able to stop your fans from wanting to play the music. It's not going to go away. It's better to come up with an agreement. And to me, the idea of, hey, if you really want to stream, this is what the license costs. You pay this license every year, you can use this catalog of songs. I'm down with that. Please understand that that's the expense that I would be proudest to make, because I am all about the artists getting paid. There is not a single iota of my show that wants to steal music. None. I have 9,000 records in here to prove it, and before I had 9,000 records, I had 6,000 CDs. And I still have maybe another, I still have probably 1,000 or 2 CDs, between 1,000 and 2,000 CDs. So I've bought music my whole life. I've supported the artist my whole life. I've bought the t-shirts. I'm the guy, man. I believe in this. Without art, what the fuck is the point of life? Making money? Fuck no. And so I adhere to these principles and try as much as possible, because I think that, having done this for an entire lifetime, I'm pretty convinced that doing it the way I'm doing it is the right way, which is to say that no matter what, even though I'm doing a show for you, that can't be the priority. The first priority always has to be that it's right to me, and it makes me feel good as a music lover. Because at that point, what it is that I could do is I could always do what I do with authenticity, and those who don't like it won't watch. So those, for example, who think I'm talking too much right now, will change the channel, especially on Twitch. There's a million DJs that want you to listen to them. A million. And you should go listen to them if you don't like the talk element. But you see, for me, Vinyl Junkies is about the talk element. Vinyl Junkies is about bridging that gap that exists between your living room or your workspace and my record cave. My VJ archive is where I am. It's about bringing that together. And the way it is that we do that is real-time conversation. Real-time conversation was not possible back then. And now it is. And that element, while listening to music and having these discussions with those same people, That's what it is that creates a rich listening experience. That's what it is that'll make it so that, hey, you know what? There were 40 of us that listened to the new Khruangbin and Vieux Farka Toure record, and it was good. Yeah, I first heard it on Vinyl Junkies. There were 40 other people, and then I went out and bought it. To me, that's the story. That's the story. The community, me connecting with you, us breaking that wall and making it feel like we are really together in the same room, because we are. We are. We are more than just our physical beings. If you are investing any type of energy to what it is that we're doing right now, through conversation or just even through listening, you are engaged. That is part of your being, not just your physical presence. So if you lay it on your radio and I'm able to connect with you, then that's new radio right there. We couldn't do that before. It's got to be cool to know that you're coming in and there's always a bunch of people here. And you see the same fucking names. Isn't it amazing? Say, hey, how you doing? And you can say that you don't know them, but you do know them. You do. If you've hung out with somebody for a month and nerded out about music with them and had a drink with them, even if it's virtually, you're hanging out. All those numbers that I see next to this fucking screen. Number 1, Mr. Luck. You know what that tells me? He's a new subscriber on Twitch. I am so happy you're a new subscriber. I'm glad you like it. Dennis Doe, the 3 means he's been here 3 months. You guys have crushed the channel. And it tells me that it's a formula that works. And what I love about it is that you don't have to do anything you don't want to. You don't have to support if you don't want to. It's free for everybody. You're free to change the channel if you don't like it. If you do like it, you're free to listen as long as you want. You're free to chat as long as you want. That's a big change I made this month, which wound up being the best change. But if you wish to support the show, you can. These are the different ways you can support the show, and it's appreciated and needed. First of all, follow our channel. We can now see how the channel grows in real time. If you want to become a patron, you can become a patron for as little as $2 or $5 a month. This is where it is that I put the links up for you. The best way, I'm not taking requests now, but the best way is, rather than just listening, if you ever don't want me to tailor your experience and play a request for you, check in the archive. There's over 8,000 records to choose from. Over 100,000 songs. Choose something, personalize your experience, and I'll play it for you. Or just leave a tip. Do you like t-shirts? Maybe buy some merch. Or go look at it. It doesn't matter how. What matters is that it goes forward. And I am just about ready to start the product review very soon. Amazon people or Twitch people. Hi. Thank you so much for blasting my fucking channel. So, Hippie J420, you're the new guy here. I'm happy. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the show enough to want to stick around when you see that I'm on. It's a pleasure to do this with you. If you have Amazon Prime subscription or if you have Prime Gaming, please know that it's 100% free for you to subscribe to our channel. So, support our show by becoming a Twitch subscriber. As a matter of fact, I'm only 10 subscribers away from hitting 400. I've never hit 400 subscribers before. I'm 10 away from a fucking record. Can it happen? I hope so. Will it happen? We'll see. Alright, folks. For those of you who are keeping the timestamps, Death as usual just subscribed. And now we're 9 away. Dude, thanks, man. Honestly, today's the last day. Today's the last day of the month. And I'm so fucking hoping that I get to 400. I'm 9 away now. If it won't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm okay with that. But the reason it is that I tell you about all of this is because the growth of the channel and the enthusiasm that we have here together is a shared enthusiasm. It's not me, it's your channel growing. Scurvious Pirate! God damn, dude, you just took me closer. I've never seen you. Welcome. Thanks. I appreciate it. So now we're only 8 subscribers away from 400. I've never hit that. The reason it is that I'm showing the Twitch followers is because I want you to feel like you did it. because you did. I'm not kidding. I'm a hustler. You guys fucking know that I'm a hustler. I'm gonna grind to get there. But the fact is that I'm not the one who does the following. I'm not the one who does the tipping. I'm not the one who does the subscribing. I don't do that. You guys do that. You get us there. You're the ones telling your friends and saying, hey, give this dude a listen. He does radio like nobody else. Fuck, I already know that I do radio like nobody else. There's nothing else like this on Twitch. That's not to say that I'm better. I'm not better. This is just Vinyl Junkies, and Vinyl Junkies does it a certain way. And I have tons of respect for everybody else who does it in another way. All of you Twitch streamers, please know that I want to help you with your channel. I do. Let's work together. We don't get a lot of raids, but we're our own thing. We're already pretty good. But I'm hoping that it will lead to raids, and people will want to join us. Because I know that we raid after every show. I love it. I hang out with other Twitch streamers now. You know why? Because I want to get to know them. Do I hang out with all of them? Oh, you know, it's like if I go with this guy, he's going to give me... No. What it is that I do is I go around and I find the ones that I like. So, I hope that all of this is working for you. 390... Fuck, 2 subscribers... 1 subscriber away from 400. You guys, fucking awesome. Oh shit, did we just pass it? Please, one more. I'm gonna start the product review. Just one more. Please, just one more. Just one more. Fuck. I need one more subscription to hit 400. That would be so awesome. You guys want to help me with something else? 9150. Can we get to 9200 before we hit the end of the day? What do you think? Tell your friends, man. You guys are the ones that are going to make it happen. So we are now 1 subscriber away from 400, and we are 50 followers away from 9200 here on Twitch. YouTube, you're feeling, fuck, this guy just keeps talking. Listen, I told you it's the radio part of the show. I told you it's the preamble. The preamble takes time. Please, look. As a matter of fact, if anything, those of you who listen, you should know, okay, well, this dude's just talking right now. This is my chance to go do something else. Like, if you don't like it, if anything, you know that the first part of the show is going to be preamble. It's perfect to cut it off if you're here just for the music. But I don't think that anyone's here just for the music. Because guess what? If you just want the music, you can go to any music platform. You can change channel right now on YouTube and listen to the entire album for free. So you're not only here to hear the music. You're here for the community. You're here for the fucking vibe that we put together. And it seems more and more, you're here for the thing that I do that nobody else does. The physical product review before I actually drop the needle on the live stream. I know nobody else does that. I've developed a system of scoring for that over years. And I have tested the quality of the physical product, of new records. I have quality tested over 1,000 new records. 400! Look at Minoza. Thank you, sir. 400. Thanks, man. Those of you who are new, I don't take you for granted. The 1's going to become a 2, and the 2's going to become a 3. And before you know it, we're fucking family. And we've been through some shit together. That's how this is done. Through community. You don't fight. You don't work against each other. You work together. And I love seeing it. It pleases my hippie heart to the core. And I'm also super high because, well, the edible has kicked in. And I smoked, I'm drinking, and now we're ready for the product review. So, if anybody's keeping count, please, right here, boom. Please timestamp. Okay. So here we go. first thing, I mean, it's Vieux. As much as I say Khruangbin, I will be the first to admit that the reason it is that I'm mentioning Khruangbin is because that's what it is that you know more. Okay? But this is not a Khruangbin record. This is a Vieux Farka Toure record. Now, I didn't even know that Vieux Farka Toure existed. I didn't know that Ali Farka Toure had a son. But I've been listening to Ali Farka Toure for decades now. And I really like Khruangbin, so I'm there, sure. Why not? I'm buying it. And here we are. We're going to listen to the whole thing. I haven't played it. The only time, another hype train. Yeah, guys, thanks. And welcome to Harkley. Look at that. So the only thing that I've done with this is I've taken the record out. If it had a paper sleeve, I replaced the paper sleeve with an with what's it called, a polyline sleeve. And I put the record through the degritter and gave it a professional clean. Those of you who might ask, why do you clean new records? Because new records do have schmutz on them, number one. Number two, a lot of new records, you'll notice when you pull them out, they're all staticky. And static, you're going to hear all sorts of points of static, especially in the winter, like dry months. You're going to hear all kinds of points of static. So when you wash the record, it removes all the static. You don't have to use a degritter like me. I have a professional cleaning machine. But no matter how you clean it, basically, yeah, it removes the static. So that's the only thing I've done to this. This is literally the first time I'm handling it and the first time I'm doing a review. Okay, what did I pay? One of the things that I review is, in my opinion, this is only opinion, I'm not right or wrong, is one of the criteria, how much value do I get from this record? I'm going to give you the value score out of 10 only at the end of the show. Okay? Value, what do I mean by that? Price is what I mean. There are different price points for records, and there are different quality records, and what you get in your record, is it a gatefold? Does it have an inner sleeve? All of these things. Okay? Is it a special sleeve? All of these, a special album jacket, is there special art? Whatever. Okay? So in this particular case, this is a record that I paid $25.99. So I paid $26 for this. Right away, I can tell you, I don't even have to look any further, and I already know that I'm getting value unless the record's a complete piece of shit. Why? I'll tell you why. 25 means maybe 22 American, let's say. If somebody can confirm, let me know. The first reason I say that is because I know that it's a gatefold. Okay? It's standard cardstock, but it's got a nice kind of sheen to it, a nice finish to it. So it does feel a little bit more substantive. Okay? There's liner notes in the back, which I have not read before. Okay? And there's a gatefold. So already, the minute it is that you get a gatefold in paper that's kind of nice, like in, cardstock that's nice, right away you're getting certain value that you don't usually see with the cheaper records. So that's already a plus. Those of you who care about these types of aesthetic things, you'll notice that even the even the inside is printed blue. That lends a nice touch to me. That's an aesthetic decision that I like. And yes, there are costs to all of this. In other words, the artist wanted to give you this, or the label wanted to give you this. Then you look on the inside, and you have another printed inner sleeve. Also nice color, very, very nice paper. It's got a certain texture to it that I like. And here we run across the first problem. This is also the inner sleeve that was used to house the record. You don't put an inner sleeve, you don't put a record in a paper sleeve. You need a polyline sleeve. This is a tree. What happens when you take the record and it scrapes up against the paper? You know what happens? You get surface scuffs. Whenever you see surface scuffs on new records, it's because they come in these fucking sleeves. What do you think? They have human beings that put it in carefully? No, a fucking machine just tosses them in. There's going to be scrapes. That's why. So what it is that I do, I mean, as much as I think, to me, inner sleeves like this, the printed inner sleeves, are art. That's what it's supposed to be. So I think it's a beautiful piece of art. However, what it is that I did is I added my own inner sleeve. So look, in terms of value, I think that this is already a great value, and I haven't looked at the record yet. Let's look at the record and see what kind of pressing it is. I look at a variety of different things. Are you enjoying the show? If you are, please give our YouTube channel a like, subscribe to our channel, follow our channel. The chat on Twitch is for followers only, so join the conversation. Okay, so when I look at the record now, what I look for is, first of all, let's say surface scuffs, okay? I look for if there's any markings. You know what I said about the paper? In this particular case, side 1 is perfect. Side 2 is also perfect. In other words, it's nice. I can already see that this is a relatively flat record, just by naked eye. So that's good too. It's substantive, so you're looking at about 150 grams. Very, very nice. Right away, this feels good. What I do then is I rub my hand completely around the edge. You see, in here there's a little bump. Just a little bump. You know what that tells me? Based on my experience, the edges are really good, but there's that bump. This was probably pressed at independent records. I have scored so many independent records, new releases, that like the minute it is that I start feeling around, I know. All I do is I look for that bump. If that bump is there, independent records. I dig it. Now what it is that I do is I put this on the platter and I check for warp. Oh, actually finish, right? Finish is the end of is the edges. So there's that little bump. That little bump, other than that, it's pretty good. I would give the edges a 9 out of 10, let's say. The other thing that I look for, and this tells me again that it's probably independent, is I look for inner flash. Flash is the leftover vinyl. Sometimes you'll notice the new records have like it all stuck in the middle, and there's some inner flash here. So in other words, this record lacks finish. Because I got to remove that for myself. Okay. So if you take off, let's say, a point for the bump on the edge and a point for the middle, you're looking at 8 out of 10 finish. Not perfect, but very good. Very good. Now we test for warp, and we test for centering. I repeat all of these things over and over again, but what does that mean? You're not going to be able... Well, actually, you can you see it? Can I just see something? I just want to... No, wrong one. Maybe you can see it a little bit. Is this the one? Wait a second. Fuck. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what would be the best turntable in order for you to see what I look for. It looks like I'm just going to have to back it up. But what it is that I do... Here, let me back up the camera. This is what it is that I look for. Okay, centering, very simple. Is the record dead center? What I do is I drop the needle on the record, and if it goes back and forth, left and right, the record's off center. This is one of the things that makes me most crazy, because that tells me that they didn't set the fucking machines right. They didn't calibrate the machines right to begin with. It's sloppy work. I hate it so fucking much because that's the kind of thing, those are the adjustments that are incredibly important. And you see some labels don't give a fuck. You see some people, some pressing plants don't really pay too much attention to it. Whereas others get it right every time. Pick up a record from QRP. Boom, dead center every fucking time. Because Chad makes good records. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for that, and I'm going to look for warp. So, the tone arm, I'm able to see. I just look for the tip of the needle, and I can see. If it's going left and right, it's because it's off center. If it's going up and down, it's because there's a warp. But another way for you guys who are paying attention, you see the light on the record? I'm going to start spinning the record. If the light doesn't move, it's a flat record. It's a flat record and it's dead center. If you see that the light shimmers at all, you already know there's a warp. So pay attention, check the light out and see if it moves. And you can tell me right away if there's a warp or not. Based on the light, it's looking pretty good. But you notice that it's catching a certain light here all the time. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see the edge? Like I'm counting it down. There's a little light. That tells you that the record's not 100% flat. And I can see even from here it's not. In order for me to see exactly what it is, I'll get down and check it out. Let me turn on the mute and drop the needle. And now I'll be able to see if the record is on center and how warped it is. Usually when I do this, I drop it at the very edge of the record because that's where it is that the warp will be more prominent. Just give me a second, let me check this out. Okay. So, it's not a terrible warp at all. 8.5 warp, 9. In other words, that's very good. That's mostly cosmetic. And the record is, if not dead center, very close to dead center. Just to be completely conservative, it's a 9.5 out of 10. In other words, for $25.99, $26, this record is fucking bang on. It is value. Unless it sounds like a piece of shit. And that's how it is that I score a record. In other words, I can say without any question that as far as a consumer who buys vinyl, this is a fantastic physical product. It's very well pressed and it's very reasonably priced. So, now, all you gotta do is listen. If you like what you hear, then then you know that it's a record that's worth buying. When you see it at the record store, you can get it. It's new, so you're going to see it in record stores. If you don't like it, you pass. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only guy who, I'm more likely to pick up a record that's fucking $25 or $20 than I am to pick up a record that's $50. So, why don't we find out what it sounds like now? I hope that you guys enjoyed the physical review. This is from Dead Oceans. It's a new record that just came out, Vieux Farka Toure. Vieux Farka Toure with Khruangbin. Who's going to spark one up with me? I think I'm ready to do this. All right. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, friends. Let's listen to side 1. Thank you for helping me reach 400 subscribers on Twitch. New record, baby. Let's have a smoke, shall we? Nice to be here with you. Where are we listening from? Minneapolis. Nice, Irving. Good afternoon, Miss Rachel. Happy to see you. Well, you know that. Pleased to meet you, Carl the Great. Khruangbin definitely fucks with dub. I mean, come on. Weed music right here, baby. Happy Friday, friends. So happy. So fucking happy to be here with you. Thanks for the follow, Jorge. I hope you enjoy. 11 minutes from celebrating 420 again. It's 420 somewhere soon. Massive attack. It's got that whole vibe, you know? You shot off français. Voice is low right here, so I can't make out the words. But I can hear that it's in French. I'd like to confirm that the record sounds great. In other words, just for price, you want to get this. This is fantastic. Afrique victime. Like a trip hop to Oktar, man. That's not a bad thing. really hear the Khruangbin collaboration. It's kind of seamless. Is it where you are? Anybody gonna hit 420 soon? Get your lighters ready. He sounds a lot like his dad, but the production is completely different than his dad. I mean, this is considerably modernized, and that's a good thing, right? Somewhere. Happy 420, everybody. Family bond!
Yeah.
Take it. Tip your DJ. Are you not entertained? why I fixed it. Thank you, John Tobin. Thank you for letting me know about the mic. Yeah, you're right. The issue I'm having here is that my mic keeps hitting the microphone level. How's it sounding now? It's good, right? All right. I think I'm getting only one ear, though. What the fuck? Something's wrong. Hold on. What the fuck? There it is. I'll be with you. Just give me a sec. There we go. Now I got it fixed. The reason the stream is a bit grainy has nothing to do with the bitrate, Blankbone. I'm practically 100% certain that it's got to do with some noise happening here on my side, which I don't have the technical proficiency to fix. So, for my taste, that's as perfect a record side as you could possibly get. It was fantastic. I mean, it's what I buy records for. Yeah, if anything, certainly. I mean, there's a bit of a background noise. Do I know how to fix that? I don't. Maybe I'll try later, I don't know. I certainly get the feel of his father, Ali Farka Toure. But I think to me it seems like a seamless collaboration between the two. You can hear that it's Khruangbin, you can hear that it's Ali Farka Toure's son. I can't comment more than that because this is the first time I've ever heard him play. But to me, $26 for this record, yeah, all day, all fucking day. It's great. Super well pressed, it sounds nice. Everything that it is that I look for in a record is exactly there. Make any sense? We're going to get to side 2. Did you guys enjoy it? What it is that I just did right now also is I put up a poll. Available, exclusive only to our Twitch followers. But I want to know your thoughts. Go view the poll. Tell me what your thoughts are and vote. Side 1, what did you think up to now? Your options are, I would buy this if I saw it. Yay is the second option, nay is the third option, and either way is the fourth option. So I'm curious, how many of you will buy this if you hear it? So far there's 2 of you. And everyone seems to like it, so. You see how it happens? These are the manners in which I try to engage you in the discussion. Make it so that maybe you will listen more closely, more intensely, and talk about the art. See, Jambi makes a very good point right there. The reason it is that I put "would I buy it" is because anybody who buys it is spending their money, and there are budgets. So please understand that I get that 1,000%. So when Jambi says my budget is tight and I would still buy it, there you go. That, my friends, is the value of a $25 record. If the record was $40, he would feel different. And there's a lot of $40 records. So that's why specifically, this is a vinyl broadcast. And what it is that we're seeing up to now in the vote is 4 of you said that you'd buy it. That's 4 new customers. And then another 8 of you said you like it. That's 100% of the vote. I dig it. Keep voting, man. Show people what you think. Do I have an opinion of colored versus black? I do, Blankbone, but I'm not going to do it right now. Ask me after the broadcast, and maybe I'll talk about that. My preference is black by far. I can't stand the transparent shit. I hate those records so much. Impossible to cue. we are. Coffee number 3. Thanks, baby. My girl made me a coffee. All right. So we're going to do side 2. You digging the format? It's fun, right? Is there anybody here that's new to a live stream of an album like this? Is this your first Old Man live stream? Shout out. I'd like to know what you think. When I say I'd like to know what you think, I mean for real. Some of you maybe don't collect vinyl and don't care about the, that part of the review. I listen to everything because it doesn't mean I have to follow it, but I think that if people can give their honest opinion about something, it allows me to take it under consideration and change this for the better. So Nick Raffoni says, I like the new format and the new time is making me incredibly happy. I couldn't be a part of this community before. Well, Nick, now you're here. And you've subscribed to our channel for 2 months. And now you can make requests. I'm glad that that's the case. I'm happy to have you. We ready for side 2? I'm liking it too. And I'm still very dedicated to learning how to make this even better. Please know that my commitment to try to make you feel like you're part of a community is an important one. It's not something that I'm doing as a quote-unquote business move. I love community. I believe in community. I believe in family. And I believe in working with each other to achieve the same thing rather than against each other. So, watching this grow because of you, because, you're the ones who are sharing, you're the ones who are subscribing, all of that. The Minecraft server is not going anymore, no. So this is where it is that we meet now. All right, folks. I'm ready for side 2. Please know on YouTube, if you haven't already, by the way, give the video a like. And please know that once I'm done here, we're going to cut the YouTube so that we have this all together. And we're going to move over to Twitch and I'm going to do a regular radio show. And I'm probably going to start the show with tunes that this album reminded me of. The after show happens then. So all of you are welcome to stick around for that, okay? It's marathon time, man. 9,151. The goal is 10,000 subscribers. So we are now 849 away. How long will it take us to get to 10,000? Let's look at this poll one more time. We got 4 people who say they would buy the record if they saw it. Yay. Another 9 people that say that liked it. 13 votes, every single one of them positive. Pretty cool, right? I think so too. The poll part of this show is something new. I'm going to keep working on this stuff to try to create ways to engage you. I'm new at this, but I'm loving it. I'm really loving hanging out with you guys. Let's do side B, all right? Thanks for doing this. Smoke him if we got him. I'm with you, man. I'm loving this too. the poll. Side one thoughts if you want to participate in our Twitch poll. 5 people say that they would buy this record if they saw it. Another 9 say they like it. Positive reviews all around. You have spoken. Bang on, Chris. This is absolutely a smoker's album. DJ Dank Zappa turning it up. Yeah, bitch. That's what you should be doing. It's Friday, motherfucker. Let's go! I love this. Clip it. Can somebody clip those 30 seconds? That's my review. Me dancing and saying I love it. That's the review. Zombie grabbed his guitar. That's what I'm talking about. Play along. Music is for everybody. Art is for everybody. Played out of a Sears saxophone. You'll be okay. Sorry, I had to fix the wiring. Got it done though. What's going on, Mark in the Dark? You good? This record is insanely good. Dude, it's chilled out 420 vibes all the way. Metal, DJ Mark in the Dark. We'll give him a follow. I think he and I are the only people who seem to spin metal on vinyl. So, you need your metal fix? I'm working with him right now, trying to set up some kind of Metal Monday thing. One love, man, one love. Yeah, Tanarwin's been name dropped. Mdu Mokhtar. Glad the music like this is accessible. I love this stuff so much. Lots of it in the collection too. Thank you for being part of my grind to 10,000 followers. Rose Spirit. Welcome to Vinyl Junkies Radio. We're listening to the new Vieux Farka Toure record with Khruangbin. What do you think of the show? What do you think of the follower count? I'll talk about that later. Welcome to Vinyl Junkies Radio. 100% vinyl DJ right here. You're listening to radio. I don't just play music. The conversation, the talk, the community aspect together is what makes the difference. Welcome to our Vinyl Junkies community. It's affordable too, Mark in the Dark. It's a definite buy. I did a product review and it scored very high. Quality pressing. You know how it is, right? You buy certain labels and the records are garbage, like Ipecac. Ipecac records are consistently garbage. We're down to our last tune on the record. Talk to me about this listener countdown after the show, okay, Dank? Thank you for the suggestion. The album is called Ali, came out this year. Go buy it if you can. If someone can put up the Bandcamp or whisper me the Bandcamp to this, I'd like to share it with all of you. Support the artist. Buy the records. I believe in this. If you like this show, support this show. Subscribe to our channel. Leave a tip. Requests coming up soon. Thanks, dude. I see that. I'm a huge fan of Mulatto Ostatke. Mark in the Dark, huge fan. Do you have the record that he did with the Heliocentrics? That record is dope as fuck. Actually, I'm gonna play it next. I'll be on later, Abdul-Jabbar. Hope to see you. Later, man. Thanks for hanging out. Listening to Mulatto Ostatke with Heliocentrics after this. I should have done this a little earlier, but I managed to pull at least a few records. This is, for me, 1000% my kind of thing. Considering I paid the records $26 Canadian, so comes out to maybe 22 American, 21. Absolutely, to me, a must-buy for the year. It's one of my favorite records this year, immediately. When I buy records, when I buy music, international music, this is exactly what I look for. This is almost my sweet spot. I hope they sell a ton of records. I really hope that this show encourages some of you to go out and buy the record. I'm going to try to organize this even more so that I'm able to put up band camps and just flash them up immediately and that kind of thing, because I want to help the artist. I think that shows like this, these live streams are good for music. We're not stealing the music. We're helping to sell the music. So, I'm looking forward to that license. Will this stream go down, guys? I don't know. I hope not. I really hope not. Wouldn't it would suck, right? Let me play you a couple of records. Give me just a sec. I'll do a little bit of show and tell, okay? I generally put on my headphones because I can hear my mic a little bit. Gives me an idea of the timbre of my voice. Timbre. So check. These are some of the albums that I'll be listening to in the second half of the show. We are about to switch over only to Twitch and cut off YouTube. So those of you who are on YouTube, get ready to switch over to Twitch. I'm going to put the link up for you. We're going to be hearing from this record next, actually. So maybe I'll show this one last. This is one of them that I want to talk to you about. I forgot the dude's name because it's new to me. I bought this record blind. It's Tumi Mogorosi. I actually talked about this to Mark in the Dark earlier today. played side one. It's freaking brilliant. For fans of Pharoah Sanders, fans of Kamasi Washington, this dude's a drummer. He's fabulous. We will be hearing this. We will be hearing this today during this marathon. Another band that it made me think of, I didn't have a chance to pull Massive Attack, but it definitely reminded me of Massive Attack, like Protection Mezzanine. Because those two records had those kind of like druggy dub elements too, you know? Thievery Corporation did too. Thievery Corporation is a little cleaner than this. You know, to me it's more cocktail than it is druggy, but it's druggy too. And the only reason I pulled this one is because, very simple. It was right here. I was thinking about playing it. Mdou Mokhtar. You absolutely want this record. At one point you heard me say, Afrique victime de plusieurs crimes. You gotta listen to the song, the title track on this record, which I played just yesterday, but I've played the hell out of in this show. Just please trust me. If you like records, you like African music, this record, if you don't have it in your collection, just go get it. Do me a favor, if you trust my opinion, do it blind. Make it a blind buy, but I want to make sure that you like this kind of music to begin with. It's got to be African music, you know? This record is fucking dope. 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 This is another Mdou Mokhtar record that I have. And this is what we're going to listen to now. Mulatu Astatke was one of the artists that was name-dropped. We name-dropped Bombino. Who else did we name-drop? Tinarwin. I get all of it. But this one here was mentioned, Mulatu Astatke. This is not actually a Mulatu Astatke record. Okay? Mulatu Astatke is considered like the godfather of Ethiopian jazz. This is a record that I thought of immediately because I completely understood the reference to Mdou Mokhtar, and I immediately thought of this record here, which is the collaboration he did with Heliocentrics. Guys, this is electronics mixed with old school shit. Okay? Like, what's his name? Mulatu Astatke has been recording since like the 50s or 60s maybe. Once the Heliocentrics touch it, goddamn is it good. They also did an album with Melvin Van Peebles, which is my favorite Heliocentrics project. At one point, we're going to do that. So look, that's what it is that you got coming up in the second half of the show. What it is that we're going to do right now is we're going to change the logo. Watch this. Watch your screen. Look at what happens. Boom. Old man gone, right? Wrong. Where are we? Where are we? The dive. How about that? That didn't work either. How about this? Why is the chat in the fucking thing now? Oh, something's wrong here. Alright. Time to say goodbye, alright, YouTube? Thanks for hanging out. If you want to listen to the rest of the show, I'm about to drop the needle on some Mulatu Astatke with the Heliocentrics, and it is worth switching over for. I hope to see some of you there. Thanks for listening. And there we